Previously on The Mundane and the Arcane.
Our growing group of adventurers, I suppose. I would call it growing. Y'all have a captured spy with you, Eric, and Corbin, the dwarven barbarian from the town of Ubalar. Now traveling with us, the group has decided that they were going to head towards Oxland, the capital of Oxleal. As they departed, and the sun began to set, a beam of light came out of the artifacts of Enethor that y'all are carrying, and it guided y'all up a mountain pass to an upside-down dome, as Deacon described it, covered in fog. Y'all found a house inside where that this beam was shooting into. And as y'all creaked into the door, you saw a corpse sitting in, looks like they passed away, sitting in their living room.
Oh boy.
So as y'all step inside this incredibly dark house, there's not a light to be seen. The fog that's outside doesn't seem like it's creeping into the building. You do see this corpse sitting in a chair. What would y'all like to do?
I'm going to kiss it. I'm not going to kiss it. I'm just kidding.
Zenko's gonna go cautiously inspect the corpse.
I mean, Gronk is definitely going to roll a perception check.
Okay.
He's looking for, like, traps or anything that might, I guess, kind of break and fall apart and hurt them in some way.
All right, go ahead.
Well, either way, my inspection would be an investigation check, so I'll roll that.
So I got a 9.
You got a 9?
Yeah.
Gronk, as you immediately take in your surroundings, this a very simple home. Looks long abandoned. You do notice that everything seems to be covered in a layer of dust. The only thing that really sticks out seems to be a writing desk that looks like it was frequently used. It's a little bit messier than the rest of the house. Everything else seems kind of tidy. And then next to that is a small bookshelf.
Are there any books on it?
There are a few, yes.
I'm going to go and browse the books.
Okay.
I'm looking for, I guess, something to help me learn more magical powers.
All right. Then, Zenko, you were investigating the corpse?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your investigation check?
That was a 21.
All right. As you are inspecting the body, the beams seem to be shooting into one of the pouches on his belt. It seems to be a human corpse.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you're kind of poking your way around, especially with your knowledge of medicine, you notice you're looking for like certain signs of like maybe habits this person has or like the life they led. You notice that they definitely seem to be a more frail person when they were alive. They didn't do a lot of like strenuous activity. They weren't a warrior or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still under a little bit of the fingernails that remains, you see what appear to be ink stains.
Huh. I'm gonna check the pouch.
All right. As you open the pouch, you look inside. You don't see anything.
I'm gonna go check the writing desk to see what he's written.
Okay. Gronk and Zenko are over at the writing desk. Deacon, are you doing anything?
Deke's gonna put his hand on Eric's neck and pull him in real close and like kind of gesture over at the corpse, and he's gonna go, "Hey man, you fuck up, that's gonna be you."
Oh, all right, wild card.
You better believe it.
I won't step out of line.
I break a stick.
You're just carrying a bunch of fucking sticks
I was
around
gonna
now.
say,
aren't
where'd
you?
you get the damn stick?
I just keep breaking. I have one that was really long, and I just keep breaking off little pieces.
When y'all left Ubalar, you just took a faggot of wood with you? I'm
No,
just
it's
picturing...
it's a bundle. Let's be honest.
let's just say bundle of
Let's
sticks.
just say bundle.
Let's just say bundle because this
Look,
feels.
Please, let's just say bundle.
I'm trying to bring culture back to the 21st
God.
century, all right?
Deacon's got that big stick energy.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, Eric's just kind of looking around the room, a little mortified, and just kind of like giving you a little like a wide eye, like, okay, like, please stop. You don't need to keep doing this.
Yeah,
Like you
but-
see that fear in his eyes.
Yeah, I like. Deke likes the fear.
And then the other two, as y'all are looking over this writing desk, a lot of the parchment seems to be fairly faded, and none of these books are necessarily protected from the elements. But as you're looking through, you do see the name Enithor multiple times. It seems like this person was a devout follower of Enithor. The material you'll find is a little dry. It's like reading, religious texts. It's some stories and allegories, and digging for like specific information would probably require y'all to dig through all of the documents. But that's the gist you get as
Okay.
you're reading through some of it.
Interesting.
So nothing pertaining to what I was looking for, basically.
Nothing really to do with learning magic per se.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you're going through some of these documents.
It's a 10.
You do find some mentions of magic items that pertain to Enithor. They're called the Chosen Blades. And from what little you're kind of grasping and they're mentioned, you do basically discern that they are chosen artifacts of Enithor that take the form reliant on the wielder.
Okay.
I have a quick question. Is there like another floor to this place?
There's not.
There's not like an upstairs. Could I check for like maybe something that could be like a trap, like something to trigger like a trap door to like downstairs, or maybe I just start picking up rugs and looking for like maybe there's a basement underneath this.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
All right. I'm gonna use my new dice. That is a dirty 20.
As you're looking around, there's only one rug in here. It looks fairly frayed and worn with use. And it almost seems like the only parts of it that seem like they were used were directly between the bed and the kitchen. And then towards the chair that y'all saw this figure lying in. Underneath it, there's no trapdoors or anything. You kind of dip under the bed, maybe trying to find a hidden floorboard. Nothing. You don't seem to find any basement.
So you said the light was coming from the pouch on his belt? Or near the pouch on his belt?
It seems like it is directly going into the pouch.
I'm going to take the pouch from the belt.
Okay. Do you do anything with the pouch? I mean, the beam seems to follow the pouch.
Huh. I'm going to put the diadem inside it.
Okay. You go ahead and put the diadem inside it. As you drop it inside and look into the pouch, the diadem seems to disappear.
Ha! Bag of holding. So I'm going to gingerly reach inside the pouch.
All right. Your hand seems like it just keeps going into this bag. Doesn't seem like you're hitting, the bottom of the bag.
Huh. All right. I don't find anything on my way down?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
That's 21.
Okay. You've heard of bags that are like this. Sometimes there's also stories of like chests that react this way that appear empty, but once you know what you're looking for, you can find that if it's within the bag.
I'm going to focus on looking for the diadem.
And as your focus coalesces, you feel your hand come across the diadem.
Nice. I'll pull the diadem back out, put it back in my pack, and then reach my hand back in and focus on the eye of the coin of Anathor.
All right. As you focus on that symbolism, you feel your hand bump into two different things. One feels basically like a dowel.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other, it's a little softer as it hits the back of your hand, and it kind of feels like you hit maybe some leather of some kind.
Is it a bag within a bag?
Oh
That'd
my.
be nuts.
Huh.
It's the Russian doll of bags.
So there's no way I could grab both? I have to choose?
You're not entirely positive.
Huh. I'm going to grab the leather.
All right, as your hand kind of reaches around this object, you realize that it's a book.
Nice.
And you pull it out, and it's got this night sky blue colored leather wrapped around. It's a fairly thin tome.
Mm-hmm.
I guess shouldn't call it a tome. It's probably about 30 pages or so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as you pull it out, you do see that coin symbol on the cover.
And I'm going to gently set it down for a moment, and then I'm going to put my hand back in and focus on the dowel thingy again.
All right. As you stick your hand in and you focus on the dowel, you pull it out, and it appears to be a handle.
Huh. Cool.
Oh shit, Zenko, I think you put the handle on the book and you spin it around and it makes a moving picture. Like a flip book.
Okay, Deacon. Zenko holds the dowel.
Don't know till you try.
Ties the bag to her belt, grabs the dowel, and kneels down and opens up leafs through the book.
All right. As you open up the book, it's written in common, but it's the way the words are kind of phrased. Mm-hmm. Seems like maybe this person grew up somewhere else.
Interesting.
Just kind of their syntax is a little bit different, but they are using common. But as you flip to the first page, it's kind of like a title page. It just says, "For the Chosen."
Interesting.
And then as you continue reading, you begin to discover that whoever this person was, there's kind of I'm trying to think of the right term. It's not prologue, but kind of that forward to the reader. Mm-hmm. And it says that this is a manuscript for the Chosen that will guide the world through the transition.
Hey guys, I found the manual.
A manual what? To what?
For the Chosen.
Gronk looks up from the desk. He's obviously doing something over there. Hey, what?
Is he carving his name in the desk?
Oh no! Roll a perception check, Matt.
All right, fine.
Gronk, she said it's a manual.
It is a book to help the Chosen transition. Of Anathor.
Very interesting. Okay. Oh, that makes a lot more sense now. Okay. Cool. We might need that.
Yeah, we just might.
Yeah.
Zenko inspects the
Does that-
handle a little more.
The handle looks like a weapon hilt, with that same coin at the base.
So just kind of out of like a okay, whatever type thing, or this could be something. She kind of swings it above her head as if there's a blade attached to it and swipes it down.
And as you do so, a weapon begins to form out of this handle, and you feel like a surge of energy rush through your arm.
Yes!
What does your chosen weapon take? What form?
That's a weird weapon.
Yeah. just a
Just a
Laughter.
cackling.
The
Just
laughter,
a-
the greatest weapon.
just a mischievous
It
laugh.
is literally the greatest weapon of all time.
Oh, it's Tasha's hideous laughter is what it is.
Okay, you learned a new spell.
I
Very
found
nice.
Tasha.
It is a mace.
Okay. As your hand goes up, you feel the weight form almost out of nowhere, but you were expecting it, and so it's almost natural as the blade comes, or as the mace comes down, and it feels comfortable. It feels right.
Nice.
Hey, how come everybody else's like weapons were like handles first, and then you like swung it and it got like all hard and shit, and but like mine just has been a rapier since I pulled it out of that rock.
I mean, yours was a long sword at first.
I know, but now it's a rapier. Everybody else just had a handle. This is me asking as Deke.
Yeah.
I think when you pulled it out, you were expecting a sword, and that's what the handle decided. Maybe?
Okay. So like if old man Theo's sword, which is now my sword, if it didn't have a blade, and then I just picked it up and swung it around, it would have turned into a rapier. Then.
Probably, because that's your weapon.
I mean, I know, but I'm feeling left out.
Well, I mean, mine was a knife, and then it turned into a longsword.
Yours like was turtlenecking though. Like it was a knife, and then it was just a handle, and then it was a knife, and then a handle, and then you'd made it a sword. It was just turtlenecking a little bit before it pooped out the blade.
Yeah, it took a bit.
Let's just say that you
It
knew
was constipated.
you knew more about yourself than we did.
Well, I mean, I have been on the road a long time.
Exactly. I mean, Gronk and I are straight up out here to find ourselves, in a way.
Yeah, out here in the field.
Yeah, I guess. Or in various shrines, who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So we found this. Do you guys want to like look around, see if there's anything else? I feel like we've pretty much cased this place. I haven't found anything hidden or nothing.
Maybe we should look
Gronk.
for the cause of death?
I mean, dude's dead. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you
that
can
we
if
need
you want.
to,
Was he
really.
murdered or just old?
Give me a medicine check.
Gronk's gonna pull his gem out.
Don't do it.
That's
Okay.
a 16.
16. You do know that the person before they passed was elderly, not like maybe ancient, but definitely on the later years of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Gronk, you pull out your gem.
Yeah. Do I feel anything?
Like
just holding it.
Strangely enough, you do, or rather, it's almost like an absence of feeling as to where you like connected to it before, and it's almost like you're holding it, but it doesn't exist.
It's almost like they act as dowsing rods to find each other.
The weapons seem to act that way,
Yes.
yes. The gem from the necromancer.
My bad.
It's that. Like you know it's in your hand, but it's almost like you can't feel it with your fingers.
I'm sorry. I thought Gronk named his sword Jim.
Because it's truly outrageous.
Okay, that's interesting because it hasn't done that before. Right?
No. When you first picked it up, like you could kind of feel it tug, but like you could feel the gem physically in your hand. Currently, it's almost like your hand is numb, and it's sitting in your hand. So like you know it's there, but like you don't have the sensation of it touching your skin.
Guys, this is really weird. So I can't feel this gem anymore. Like it's here in my hand. I can see it. I just can't feel it.
You've been sitting on your hand again?
No. I don't. No. No, I haven't. No.
Okay, I'm just making sure because you were doing that before, and you wouldn't tell me why, but you would smile and turn red.
Thanks for making my own character choices for me. No. It's just. I don't know. It just started doing this all of a sudden.
Oh, okay.
Because it wasn't like this before.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Matt, real quick. What's the what are the stats on my mace?
We will get to that.
Gronk's going to be a little concerned.
What?
So he's going to put it back in his...
I guess Corbin will respond to you. I mean, he's here. What do you mean you can't feel it?
Like I know it's in my hands. I can see it, but I can't feel the weight of it.
Well, that's weird. Has it acted like that before?
No.
I mean, I guess I'll... Do you mind? And Corbin will hold out his hand to ask for the gem.
Gronk's going to be hesitant. Like,
Okay.
he's kind of grown attached to it a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's okay. We can trust him.
All right.
And he cautiously hands it over to him.
All right. Corbin's going to, as you transfer it over to him, immediately, I guess, like, I don't know. It's strange in that sensation of, like, you know it's no longer in your possession, and, like, you clench your fist a little bit, and, like, you can feel your fingers hitting your palm. Doesn't seem like there was a lasting effect by holding onto the gem. As Corbin holds it, kind of looks at it for a few seconds, and then just drops it. Well, that's bloody weird.
Oh, be careful.
And then Gronk picks it up, puts it in his bag.
All right. As you pick it back up, you do get that same sensation of like it just doesn't seem to exist as you hold it.
That's a little disconcerting.
Hey, Corbin, what it feel like?
Well, it's kind of like he said. It's like he was holding on. I was holding it, but like, and I knew my fingers were touching something, but I couldn't feel it.
Like it wasn't cold or nothing, or no temperature. It just felt like air in your hand. I guess
It's like my fist couldn't close and touch anything else. Like the object existed. It blocked what I was trying to do with my hand, but I mean, you ever fall asleep on your arm, and then when you wake up, it's just like dead weight?
Yeah,
and
or like
you can touch it with your other arm, but like the arm you slept on doesn't work?
yeah, or like you sit on your hand.
I don't know what you're talking about, but sure.
Like if you sit on your hand, it falls asleep.
Why would you sit on your hand?
I don't know. And then Deke looks at Gronk.
Deacon was very lonely for a while.
I've never been lonely.
All right, elves are
He
weird.
says with a single tear rolling down his cheek.
So like, okay, the out of character. Like, what time is it? A day is it?
It's y'all are coming up on like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Okay. All right, guys. Do y'all want to just hole up here for tonight?
That sounds like a okay idea. I mean,
we could make a fire in the fireplace. We could have. This is better than sleeping outside.
maybe we can bury this poor man.
Yeah,
I don't know that we have time for that.
I honestly didn't think about that. But
So he's not just
we,
staring at us while we sleep.
I mean, we can move him into the kitchen or something.
yeah. There's.
I'm just picturing y'all like putting this corpse in timeout, like just look in the corner.
we just turn the chair around.
Don't stare at me.
I mean, he is cured. We could put him in the oven.
Yeah, he'd be keeping watch.
Oh my God. Is there any indication on what this dude's name was?
In the foreword,
Yeah.
he mentions that he was given a holy mission by Anathor to become the scribe. And scribe is like a title.
Okay.
And that's the only reference that you see in your first glance is like you haven't dug through like this entire book at all. You just basically read the foreword.
Well, I don't want a full weekend at Scribe, so I'm going to bury him. And then I will be
Eric.
into sleep.
Hey, Eric, come here, man. Come here a second.
Okay.
Hey,
Hi.
you wanna dig
So-
this guy a grave?
Is that something I should do, Mr. Card?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Why don't you dig this guy a grave?
Mr. Card was my father.
No, my father's name is Winston.
Oh my gods. Eric, you're welcome to help if you like, but I must give this man a proper burial.
Okay. As you step outside, you do notice that there was a tended garden behind the house.
Perfect. He'd love it there.
Yeah, it's a little overgrown, but
Is there food in it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's a brisket. You found a brisket.
I'm just talking about like vegetables and
There's
shit.
just a pork roast
found a
lying in the
chicken.
dirt outside.
You found a chicken hidden in the wall.
And then you pick it up, and then more chickens come.
I'm not doing that. No, I'm never picking
Watch
up
out for those
chickens.
flying Medusa heads.
We call those beholders. Yeah, I mean, there's food in the garden. Like I said, it's not tended, but you could grab some vegetables and stuff.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna take them inside and like make a stew for everybody
Yes.
Okay,
in the kitchen.
cool.
In the kitchen.
Go ahead and give me a survival check just to see how you do on the cooking.
God, I hope it's better than the last
Can
time.
it be any worse
it's a
than the
10.
last one?
10. I guess picking up your ingredients, most of the time when you're picking stuff out at the market, it's already picked to be like the most appealing. You just kind of grab some, and turns out you got a little bit of like maybe overripe, like tomatoes essentially. Like tastes a little off, but it's way better than the last meal y'all had somebody cook for you.
Yeah, and it doesn't make us sick.
Yeah. All right, Eric and Zenko, y'all successfully. I mean, this garden bed has much softer soil, so it's a lot easier to dig down, especially for the first 3 feet or so.
Okay.
It takes a little while to dig this up. There is a small, like hand shovel,
Mm-hmm.
not like a trowel, but like a half-sized shovel almost. And that's what I guess you and Eric use to dig a grave for this scribe. It takes you the better part of an hour swapping off. Like you both kind of go hard, and it goes a little faster because you're rotating. And then around that time, Deacon finishes cooking, the stew, and I guess y'all are buckling in for the night.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're gonna have to set a watch.
That's up to you.
I think we should set a watch. I mean, there's 4 of us that we trust. So, I mean, we could each sleep longer.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm just putting it out there. We should set a watch. I mean, this is like we're sleeping in some weirdo's house in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of this crater.
Zenko yawns and goes, I'll take last watch.
All right, I'll take the first one.
Okay. Corbin will take second, I suppose.
Okay.
What are y'all doing about Eric?
Eric's gonna, he's gonna stay tied to the dwarf.
Okay.
Aw. Should at least let him
Yeah,
lay
he's-
down.
No, I figure we'll let him be like in a corner, but not like a corner where there is
An exit.
an exit, like no windows, no doors, and then like someone will be next to him, but like whoever's sitting watch is going to be sitting to where they can watch him all night.
Okay.
Like that's not what we're sitting watch for, but it's part of it.
Zenko lays out her
Alright.
bedroll, and since Eric helped dig the grave, she walks over to him with her blanket and gives it to him for the night. You could at least be comfortable.
It's very, very kind of you, Mrs. Card?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You could call me Zenko. That's
Oh.
Deacon over there, Mr. Wild
I break a
Card.
stick.
And that big doofus over there is Gronk.
Okay. Thank you, Zenko, Miss Zenko. I'll just go lay down over here then. I guess
Rest well.
next to the dwarf. Yes. Deacon, you are taking first watch. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Like it hovered at 20 and then it rolled again. So it's a 22.
22. Okay. Get about hour and a half, 2 hours into your shift. This whole time, you haven't heard a single sign of life. There's been no birds, no bugs, nothing. You can't actually even see the sky, just into this fog. And then, as you've just kind of been looking at this fog for a long time, you notice that it does actually enter the house a little bit, but it only seems to draw towards you, like the people that are here, except for Eric. It draws to all four of the rest of you. But it's like a tiny wisp of fog that seems to trail towards you.
Cool. Deke's gonna like try to like breathe it in. Like when you're a little kid and it's cold outside and you're like, look, Mom, I'm smoking.
Right.
Deke's gonna do that.
Okay.
But he's not gonna say, look, Mom, I'm smoking. He's just gonna be like, poof, poof. That's good audio, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And can I draw it in my breath?
No. Yeah.
Okay. And then it does have like little tendrils that just kind of draw toward us.
Yes. As you like interact with the fog, even like a tiny bit, it doesn't seem like it's physical smoke or anything like that. Corporeal.
Okay. And then what happens if I draw my blade?
You do notice that it seems like this wisp, especially once your blade is fully drawn, it's almost like the fog drawing towards it is a little bit more intense. Like it's still wispy and thin, but it does seem specifically drawn to your blade.
Okay. So, what happens if I like swing my blade a little bit?
It's really hard to tell at this point. Like when you drew your blade out, it actually seemed like the wisps took a little bit of time to get to it.
Okay.
And when you start swinging, at random, it's kind of like the fog loses its direction until you stop, and then it slowly seems like it's being drawn towards it again.
Okay. What if I what if I hold my blade out in front of me and I concentrate and like try to like actually suck in the mist into my blade?
As you do so, it's at first doesn't seem like anything's happening. And then you think like, well, maybe I'll stand outside and try this. And as you do, this fog hasn't been interacting like normal fog. It doesn't feel like cold, wet, or damp, or stuffy, anything like that. Not like any kind of fog you've ever been in before. Mm-hmm. And then as you try to draw it in and like connect to the blade, it's almost like the temperature rises around you. Like it's not like an actual heat. It's more like a warmth inside you that seems to be, you feel a little bit more calm.
Okay. So
the fog it doesn't feel as unnatural anymore. It almost feels like it belongs.
Okay. And then what happens, because I'm still doing this, what happens if I actually say Anathor?
No response.
Okay.
Nothing around you happens.
Okay. All right, shit, well, that's weird. I can't think of any other experiments to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, I guess at this point, I'm just going to go inside and wake up Corbin.
Yeah.
I almost said Borkin. And I was like, I know that's wrong. So I'll go wake up Corbin, and now I'm gonna lay down. But I'm gonna let him know. I'm like when I wake him up, I'm gonna just tell him like, hey man, like, so like I went outside and I held out my sword, and then like the fog was like reacting to my sword. So like I don't know, maybe see if you can like I really concentrated on like drawing it in. So like see if you can do that. See if that does something with your hammer.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Just seems, I don't know.
All this is all very weird.
Yeah.
So
it just seems important or something. I don't know.
All right.
But like pass that along to like Gronk and Zenko, or I guess to Gronk because he's after you. Then tell him to pass it on to Zenko.
All right, I'll do that.
It's, I just figure, maybe this fog can make our weapons stronger.
I mean,
like maybe.
You know what? Fucking weirder things have happened in history.
I know, man.
All right, I'll see if I can. I don't know, blacksmith the fog.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just try something. Fuck.
All right. Sleep well.
All right, I was gonna say you too, but you just did.
Aye.
Okay, bye.
All right, come on, you traitorous bastard. And he drags Eric out with him. Goes and kind of parks near the front door before Deacon, you drift off to sleep. A few hours later, Gronk, you are woken up. Hey, it's your turn.
5 more minutes.
I mean, all right.
Gronk is automatically snoring again.
About another 10 minutes pass before you get shaken awake again. All right. It's been 5 minutes.
Fine.
I had the bastard count, so I knew.
That sounds tedious.
Aye, that's why I made him do it.
That's fair.
By the way, something about this fog like interacts with these weird weapons.
Okay, cool.
I don't know, your friend Deacon there, he said that it felt like maybe that they could power up our weapons, and all right. Just
okay, yeah.
Try and
something about the frog. Got it.
All right, I'm going to sleep. Pass it along to the next shift.
Gronk is just kind of getting up slowly.
Yeah. All right. Do you do anything during your shift?
Gronk's going to, I guess, just kind of find a chair to sit in to kind of watch over the party and watch like the front door that they came in and any other kind of entrances that he can.
Okay. There is one chair. It's the one y'all found the guy dead in.
Okay.
Okay. It's seems well constructed. A little bit bare. It's not like a plush chair or anything.
It's not like comfortable.
It's comfortable enough. It's kind of like a rocking chair. It's not that wobbly or something. It's a little more stable, but
Okay.
I mean, it has a little bit of a give to it that allows you to relax while still being seated.
Okay. While he is, kind of watching,
Mhm.
he's going to pull out the gem again.
Okay, as you pull out the gem, it's the same sensation as before.
He's going to try to like reach out to it like it did before.
All right. So as you sit there focusing on this gem, you hear the kind of that tickle in the back of your mind again as this voice comes through and just, yes, accept it.
Oh God,
Creepy sloth much?
so bad.
I will help you grow.
Oh God,
Tears, only dreams now.
it's just it's so sexual. Everything it says.
I'm going to try to respond to it.
Okay, what do you...
Like I'm going to think this.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to say it out loud, but he's going to say something along the lines of, I guess just ask who it is. Like who are you? What are you doing?
New gem, who dis?
New Jim, who this?
In response, you do hear the voice again. It's just, I am power. I am control.
Okay, but what can you do for me?
Accept me, and I will let you dominate those around you.
Whoa.
Gronk is very tempted.
Oh, by the way, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Gronk realizes he's been sitting on his hand the whole time.
It's a 14.
Okay. You do still feel that tug trying to get you to commit. And that temptation that you feel to almost go for it. You're able to resist it currently. But that power it's offering is starting to sound more and more appealing each time. It was a lot harder this time to say no.
Gronk's going to look over the party as they sleep, as he thinks about like really giving into this thought of giving whatever up to the gym. And he's going to reconsider and put it back in his bag.
Okay. As you do, when you were when you were trying to communicate with the gem, you still have that sense of it's not there, but it's almost like there's a weight in your hand as you were doing that. Once you tried to connect with it, it seems like it became more of a solid object. And then once you, as you turned it down, it went back to this lifeless void in your hand almost, and you put it away.
Okay.
All right. You wake up Zenko for the next shift.
Is the fog doing anything for me?
It's the same thing. It seems like it's wisping slowly, and you see it. It's going into all of the weapons that y'all are holding.
Like I'm gonna kind of bat it out of my face, like you would a fly or whatever.
It doesn't react like smoke or anything. It just seems like it's still drawn to your weapon.
Okay. I'm gonna wake up Zenko.
All right.
All right.
I kind of gently shake her awake.
Ah! No.
Ah!
Ah, who's yelling? Who's yelling?
I'm up.
All right, so whenever Corbin woke me up, he said something about a frog, so I guess watch out for frogs, maybe?
All right. I'll try not to croak.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then Gronk goes, lays down, and just passes right out.
Okay. Spoiler warning: you do not find any frogs,
Asshole.
Zenko, during your shift. This game of campfire telephone.
Ugh.
Zenko, is there anything you'd like to do during your
Well,
shift?
you know, she did just get a new mace, so she pulls it out and inspects it. Kind of twirls it around in her hands, runs her fingers along it.
As you're able to really focus on it more and essentially attune to it, it feels very natural. Like a lot, all the weapons you previously have used feel like you're holding an object. This one feels more like an extension of your arm.
Nice.
Is there anything else you'd like to do during your shift?
Yeah, I'm going to read my book.
Okay. Like I said, it's not a very thick book. As you're reading through it, the first few pages seem to be about describing Anathor, and basically everything that's under Anathor's purview as a god. The gist of it you get is that Anathor is all-knowing. He exists in all time and space. He can see back to the beginning and all the way to the end. But while he is all-knowing, he is not all-powerful in any regard. He cannot directly influence the material plane directly. He has to essentially trying to think of the best way to put
Use people.
He has to use people and not necessarily guide them, but inform them.
Mm-hmm.
And then those people have to make a choice. And as you get a little bit further on, I don't know how much you've really thought about fate in this regard in character, but as you're reading through it, fate is already decided, but it's not decided until somebody makes a choice. A little bit farther on, you start to see the name Antonia, and you know that as the goddess of chaos, and also they are basically given a reputation as a god of destruction, although chaos is their main purview. And then as you read a little bit further, you find that Antonia is the prophesized demise of Anathor,
Interesting.
and that their hound is the one who will bring about the transition. And the transition is also capitalized, similar to the scribe. And then as you're digging a little bit more into the text, you do see the name Zelar, Xelaar. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
That's an 18.
All right. As you're looking over this name, Zelar, seems to be closely associated to whatever this hound figure is. And then you realize that
Relax.
although it is using a different kind of, I guess, a different syntax or a different way of spelling it. But yes, it does sound like if you rearrange the letters, it would be Raylex.
Fuck.
The more you read about this Zellar character, they seem to pop up throughout history whenever Antonia is enacting change in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They have died many times, and they always seem to come back as this agent of chaos.
Interesting.
And then towards the very end, you see mentions of an item called the Eye,
Mm-hmm.
locked away in. The Eye is locked away within a circlet, and that the Chosen must use the circlet to finish the transition.
Just on a whim, Zenko's going to open up the pouch again and reach in, focusing on the circlet.
And as you do so, your hand seems to grasp around a rather thin metal object.
Ooh.
As you pull it out, you do see, seems to be very pure silver crafted into a rather thin circlet. And in the very center, you do see another coin symbol of Inithor.
Well, holy shit. She's going to gently place it on her head.
Okay. And as you do, and you begin to kind of focus on this eye, you look around, and all four of y'all, well, I guess the three that you can see, seem to have this moving energy inside of them that almost has a faint glow to it. You do not see it in Eric.
And this is how we find the other Chosen. And she mumbles that under her breath.
It's entirely possible. Also, as you look out into the mist, you notice that looks like it's starting to have a faint glow to it, this fog. And then you sit there for a few minutes kind of inspecting this, and then all of a sudden the mist starts. You don't feel like gusts of air, but you see this mist shoot in to you three and Corbin. It seems to rush in, and the energy that was pulsing around y'all, or within all of you, you notice seems to kind of glow almost blindingly bright, and then it coalesces into y'all's weapons. Immediately, all the dreams that those that are asleep are having become much more peaceful and calm. Your sleep is much more restful. Like your breathing steadies and you don't mutter or move. Zenko, you feel this sense of warmth within you, and it's that sensation of, a parent giving their kid a hug and that kid feels safe.
Aw. Okay, then.
And then looking out, outside the window, the fog is gone. So for your mace, Zenko, it is a +1 mace.
Nice.
And for 1 minute a day, you can raise your spell DC by 2.
Ooh.
For you other two, when you wake up. Deacon, your rapier is they're all still +1 weapons, but Deacon, yours, when you use Bardic Inspiration 2 times per day, that can give somebody advantage when they use it.
Cool. Put that in my notes.
And then for Gronk, for 3 turns a day, you can choose to have take half damage for 1 turn.
Okay,
Awesome.
can you, for my, how many turns a day can I increase my spell DC?
It's for 1 minute. You can't like pick and choose rounds, so 10 rounds per long rest, essentially. All right, Zenko, you finish up your shift, and I guess you wake everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody's awake. As you all wake up, y'all notice that this fog is completely gone.
Oh man, where'd the fog go? I was doing experiments on it. Zenko, did you do experiment? Did Gronk tell you to do experiments with the
He
fog?
told me to look for frogs, and instead I found a circlet.
Sir, on your head.
Yes,
I
the
see
Eye
it.
of Anathor. I read about it in the book.
Nice. So did the, you know what? I didn't even think about this. Did the book say anything about the fog?
No?
No.
But when I donned the
Oh.
eye, it allowed me to see your energy given from Anathor, and it must have cleared the fog.
Cool. I mean, I feel very rested.
Me too,
You know,
believe it or not.
It feels like you've had the best. Yeah, it feels like you've had the best sleep you've had in months.
Like I feel
not
chill
years.
as fuck. Like I feel so good that I think that I could teach Winky a new trick right now.
Winky's just at the pot that y'all made stew in last night, like just sitting next to it, and like you see it's overturned, and Winky ate everything that was left.
Nice. I'm gonna hold up a little treat for him, and I'm gonna snap my finger and see if he comes over to me.
Okay, go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
You fucking serious?
I fucking love that you can't control this shit.
like I've only rolled good once on an animal handling. So it's a modified 8. And I have a +5 to animal handling.
You do have a point of inspiration.
You know what? I'm going to use that point of inspiration.
I hope you get a fucking natural 1. I swear to God, if you do.
I rolled a 6, so 6 plus 5 is 11.
It takes a little bit of coaxing, and Winky's just kind of looking at you like, oh, boop, and like pops over to you.
All right, I'm going to give him a treat and pat him on the head, and I'm going to go, good boy, you're learning.
And just like sees that you're not handing him more treats, and is like just goes back to the pot and like licks it half-heartedly, and then just plops his head down.
Okay. I mean, I just like praised him and petted him and stuff. And
Yeah, he was just like, oh, you gave me the treat, and like I'm a good boy. And then he's like, but there was food over there, and so he's going back to the pot, like, and he like half-heartedly licks it, and he's like, oh, there's no more food.
Yeah.
He's just acting like a dog.
I know.
As y'all look down at your weapons, the coin symbols actually, you see like it's almost like engravings are being drawn around it. They seem more ornate at the hilt, and then going up your blades. Before you had some kind of etchings in there, it seems like those have like doubled, and they seem more ornate, and the handles seem like they're more finely crafted and out of like purer metals.
Nice.
Nice. So I knew it. I bet. Zenko, did the fog go into like the weapons and stuff?
The fog was keeping us back.
I don't.
The fog wasn't helping our weapons. The fog was reacting to our weapons because it was the they were calling for the... I think maybe they were calling for the Eye of Anathor to dissipate the fog.
Okay. I don't know. I just really hoping that it went in, that the fog went in the swords and then made them look cool, because mine looks dope right now.
Yes, it had nothing to do with the fog. The fog was a hindrance. Notice how you heard no animal sounds.
Do
we hear them now?
Do I hear animal sounds now?
As you step outside, you look around this whole upside down dome. And go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's a natural 20 for Gronk.
Okay.
Do I hear frogs?
No. You know what?
Fuck it.
Sure.
Guys, I found the frogs.
I got a 25.
Okay. You're looking around. There's surprisingly little vegetation. Like, even grass doesn't seem to grow in this area. But you're sitting there straining to hear anything, and then you notice that you like hear like a bird call, and it seems to swoop down into this valley, kind of lazily float around a little bit, doesn't find any food, and flies out.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you'd hear the same thing, Gronk. I mean, there's just... Nat 20 doesn't help if there's not a whole lot else to find, unfortunately.
Hey, Corbin.
Hey.
Your hammer looked doper than normal.
I mean, it's got, and you're looking at the hammer. It seems to have like twisting, like inside the metal. It has almost like a night blue engraving that wraps around the head of it.
Dope. It do look dope.
So who's this Anathor fella?
So he was the god of fate, and now he's dead. And I know it's a big bomb to drop.
I mean, you just told me there's a god
He's
and that I'm not aware of, and then that god is
Deacon.
dead.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Yes.
The people whom were influenced by him were dead. But he's, what I've gathered, he's all-knowing, but he is not all-powerful. He relies on those of us who live here in this plane to enact fate, I guess.
Yeah, but Raylex said he was
Well,
dead.
Raylex is the Hound of Chaos.
Oh. I mean,
they call him
then-
Zelar in the book, but it's Raylex.
Right, that's Raylex
Yes.
backwards.
Yes, very good. You're
I get it.
You're so sharp. You're so smart, Deacon. I'm so proud of you.
I'm good with words.
Yeah. Fate's not dead. Anathor's not dead. We've brought him back.
Okay. We brought him back, but was he dead? And now he's not dead?
His influence here was diminished.
Okay.
Now it is back.
Okay. And we did that
By picking up the weapons.
with finding the
Yes.
swords and stuff.
We've become the chosen.
Dope. This is going to be a
The
badass
Fateful
song.
Four, if you will.
That's our team name.
You know what? You know what?
What is y'all's
Fateful Four.
It's going to be it is now. That's going to be a
We are
dope
the Fateful
song.
Four.
No. Faithful Four. No. Faithful Four.
Gronk is headbanging.
Deke's sitting there going, that's not how the song's going to go.
How many sessions did it take before y'all came up with a group name?
Thousands.
Oh, I was giving
We're
it
in
some
the
time.
teens now. We're almost to the 20th session.
All right. So what are y'all doing?
Well,
Y'all just want to go ahead and go check out Gronk's sister.
Let's get some
we-
breakfast, and then I thought we were going to the Eric's town first.
Yeah. We got to do Eric's thing in Oxleal?
Oxland,
Oxland.
Oxleal's the
Oxland.
country.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I remember.
Gronk's family compound is closer than
Okay,
Eric's
so we'll go to.
village.
Okay. Oh, would you look at that? Gronk's village is on the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at my wrist. So we should probably break our fast and get going.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Doing it to it. You still good, Corbin? You coming?
Hey, plan hasn't changed.
I know. I just like to make you feel included.
All right, come on, you lousy piece of shit. And he starts. tugging on Eric.
I'm already going. What do you want from me?
Oh, you're a fantastic piece of shit. This one's a lousy piece of shit.
I see the difference now. Okay, I got it.
All right, y'all basically mount up. As y'all continue, y'all basically make your way back down. It's a little bit easier. I mean, it's always easier going down a mountain than up, but y'all already know the path, and it's like some air of severity that was hanging around here. Like this entire mountain almost, it seems to be gone. And so you make your way down and pick up back on the road. And for basically expediency's sake, we're going to say y'all travel for a week through the country of Oxleal, mostly along the Gold Road. And you make your way to Gronk's compound. It's about I wouldn't say it's quite the middle of the night. You're probably approaching about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night when you do see the outer, like you see your family's housing compound off in the distance. You're used to it being at least partially illuminated. As you look off and like you can see the shadow in the starlight, you don't see any lights on. You don't see any movement or anything. You're probably about a half mile out at the moment.
Guys, this is very strange. Usually there's at least some light, some kind of sign of life. I'm not seeing that right now.
Let us approach cautiously.
I mean, are they not just sleeping?
No, I mean, it would, even if somebody was sleeping, I mean, even if the town was sleeping, it would still show some sign of life.
I guess we'll approach with caution. All right. As y'all move forward, I guess stealth checks, or y'all just walking up, or
I mean, I would probably be
Yeah,
stealthy.
we should try some stealth checks.
I'd probably be doing perception as well.
okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, and then go ahead and give me a perception check, Gronk.
Crit fail.
A dirty 20 for Gronk.
Sorry, a 12 for Zenko. Because of my -1 dexterity.
So for stealth, Gronk got a dirty
Nice.
20.
Mm-hmm.
And for perception, that is a 9.
Okay. As y'all move forward, you always think you're being quiet when you're stealthing. You think you're being stealthy.
But
Then-
instead, as we're doing it, I'm going dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Sneaking.
as you do get closer, Gronk, you notice that it looks like there's a singular light that you can barely see peeking through one of the curtains.
Okay, he's going to peek in.
Okay, as you approach the building, it's a second floor window. Like you wouldn't be able to necessarily peek in,
Oh.
but as you get closer, you look. You notice that the light is close to your dad's laboratory. where him and your sister did a lot of their like research and work.
Can I find a way to climb up and peek in? Like, do I see a ladder? Is there a ladder somewhere by?
You know where a ladder is in your compound. You can go find one.
Okay, how long would that take?
You could
I don't
also
know.
just go inside.
2 or 3 minutes, like to like go grab it and come back.
Okay. What about the first floor window? I'm gonna peek in there. Can I see in there?
You can. It looks completely empty.
Like no furniture, no nothing.
Oh no, like everything looks like you remember it. It just
Okay.
looks like there's no
Just
sign
no
of life.
sign of family. Okay, he's gonna approach like the back door.
Okay. Come around the backside.
Backdoor
the house.
Gronk.
Yeah,
It's gonna come around the backside.
Around the backside.
I mean,
and he's gonna slowly open the door.
okay. As you do.
Push it with his finger.
This is. We're children.
As you enter the back door.
Ow!
I almost spit out my beer.
Butt jokes.
As you enter through the back door.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to ready my sword.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That's a 12.
It is eerily quiet.
Okay. Gronk's gonna wave the rest of the party in.
Okay.
And like hold up his finger to his mouth as to say like, be quiet.
All right. Everybody go ahead and give me another stealth check.
A 17 for Zenko.
17 for Deke.
19 for Gronk.
Okay. We got a 15 and a 19 on the other two with you. All right. Everybody moves forward. Y'all walking towards the back entrance. You do see off to your right-hand side, there's the kitchen, and then what you assume probably leads into like a dining area. Those of you that, didn't grow up here. Off to the left is where you would find Gronk's room and Alizura's room. And then you know that the staircase goes up and that would lead to Katasha's room, your dad's workshop, and your parents' room.
I'm gonna make my way to the workshop where I saw the light on.
Okay. As you start climbing up, you go up the stairs, you turn your head around the corner, and underneath your dad's workshop door, you do see a light. Looks like it's probably just a single candle, though.
I'm going to creep towards the door.
Okay. Go ahead and say you keep your stealth check from before.
Okay.
You get up to the door.
I'm gonna hold my ear up to it to see if I can hear anything.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
So 14.
For about 15, maybe even 30 seconds, you don't hear anything. And then you hear this kind of squeak of a chair kind of like adjusting in its seat. And then you hear sounds like a feminine sigh.
I'm going to use message.
Okay.
And I'm going to message my mother.
Okay. It doesn't react. Doesn't seem to land on anybody.
All right. Gronk's going to use the element of surprise and just kick in the door.
Okay. As you kick in the door, go ahead and let's see. You kick in the door, and as you kind of burst through the door, you see an older figure kind of cloaked in shadow a little bit because there's only the one candle, and off in a chair in the corner, you see a slighter, what appears to be like a more feminine form sitting in a chair in the corner. And as you barge in, you see the figure sitting at the desk. Looks kind of familiar. It immediately knocks a flask down to the ground, and there's a bright burst of light. And you hear your dad's voice scream out at you. "The lantern shall expose your darkness!" And he knocks this, essentially a flashbang, to the ground. And for a moment, you can get incredibly disoriented. And then as your vision starts to clear and, the white returns to color and your vision comes back and he's, "Boy, you're back." And over in the corner, you see Mavani as recognition comes across her face that her best friend has returned.
Aww.
Thanks for listening to The Mundane and the Arcane. Follow us on all social media platforms by searching @TMaTAcast. That's TMATAcast. If you want to be part of the show, use the hashtag TMaTAcast and you could become an NPC in the campaign. Or if you want to submit a magic item for Matt to insert into the story, send us an email at TMaTAcast@gmail.com.
See you, TMaTA.
Dad, I'm hungry.
Hi, Hungry. I'm Dad. The podcast where nerdy dads talk nerdy fads.
We talk life, entertainment, and give advice to those who never asked for it.
Like, anytime I do anything, my brother calls me a thought. What do I do?
Or best college degree for a supervillain.
So go smash that like button.
Find us wherever podcasts live.
Where's that, Jared?
A magical place called the internet.
Like Spider-Man and Elsa shipping videos.
Dad, I'm hungry. Wait!
Forge Audio.
Dream it.
Build it.
Share it.